You are welcome to Healthy Food Place, where we share ideas and recipes. So the scheduled live will be coming up in the next 5 minutes to talk on stress. Yes, how to manage stress naturally. So welcome to today's live to talk on an important subject that affects every one of us: stress. How to manage stress naturally. So the subject actually is a very wide subject because it affects everyone, irrespective of your age. So irrespective of your age, stress affects everyone. So nobody will say, I'm not affected by stress. And admitting that stress, you are disturbed or troubled by stress, is not an indication also that all is not well with you. Stress cannot be taken as long as you have something you care about. Let me also say that there are different types of stress. But the bottom line of this whole stress thing is that as long as you care about something, that thing can cause stress for you, can be a cause of stress, something to worry about. It can cause you mental stress. You'll be troubled about it. You'll be disturbed. I've gone through it. Those of you on YouTube, you know the type of mental stress you go through when at times you are trying to work hard, get more views, get more subscribers, and all of a sudden you notice that your subscribers are reducing instead of growing, while you are even trying to work hard and apply some methods that you learned online. You now notice that your views are reducing. Arian, you now notice that not only your views, you now notice almost everything. If you are monetized, your money is reducing. So these are things that can cause you to be mentally disturbed. Then you can also be disturbed physically, psychologically. It's a very wide subject. So nobody, my dear, will say, I'm not affected. Why am I even talking about the stress of eating? It's because I have been a victim of it for a long time. As a matter of fact, if there is anything that had already been troubled so much with is stress, both physical stress and mental stress. So if stress is not properly managed, my dear, it can lead to a lot of things. If you ask me, it's one of the biggest health challenge currently today, because affecting both children, babies, because more so that the internet, social media have added to the stress. You have to meet up with your messages, with your chats. We have to, if you are a creator, you have to create, you have to edit, you have to read and learn too, because you have to learn. A lot of things have added to the stress. So it's something we need to talk about. And when it is also not managed, it can cause a lot of health challenges. Who are those that can suffer stress? I already told you. Old people experience stress. Menopausal women go through stress. Pets, animals, they go through stress. Young people, their own is even worse. I mean, teenagers, every age go through this stress issue. And so it's not something we talk less about. how do I manage my own stress? I will somehow highlight some of the things that do help me. And now, some food can actually make stress worse. That is what we need to talk about. Some food can help you reduce stress. If you are eating carbonated, too much sugars, it will make stress worse. If you are eating too much carbohydrates and you're already going to stress, it's going to worsen your stress. If you are consuming processed foods, it's going to make your stress worse. Now, if you are consuming too much calorie, it's going to put more stress on you, because when you are experiencing stress, it looks like a load is already on your body. Remember, in some of my shots I already told us that a particular messenger, that hormone called cortisol, always takes over the body once the stress level is high, both physically. And now, if you are experiencing one type of stress, if you do nothing, it's going to create another one. It's going to affect the physical. Because if you are going through mental stress, but the ugly thing is that some people are even thinking that they don't have stress. I've heard people say no stress, no worries. It's not true, my dear. Let's tell ourselves the truth. There's nothing like no stress. Your stress, if you are not married and at a certain age, it becomes a source of stress for you. You become worried. If you are married and married to a wrong person, and your marriage is not happy, it becomes a stress for you. If you have children and they are not living up to the expectation, the way you want them to be, which is most times the case, it will become a stress for you, my dear. If you are just, in fact, like some people will say they have money. Now, let me tell you something about money. Money, it also gives stress. In my own case, let me explain to you this one. Now, if I don't have much money or more than I have, I will just relax and be cool doing what I'm doing without any budgeting or running around. But once money comes in, activity picks up, physical stress, maybe the mental stress of how do I make it will be over. Now, the next type of stress is you start moving here and there. Whether you are driving, whether you are walking, you start going for shopping, you start moving. When you come back, you want to cover a lot of things. You start project, a lot of things. Over the time, you notice that you are stressed out. What caused the stress is because money came in. When the money didn't come in, you are just cooling down and there's no thing too much. There is an adage that says, he that is down is fear no fall. You are not bothered about much. But when the money comes, it also brings stress. Yes, some may argue with you, but that's what happens to me too. Once money comes in, more than I have, the next thing is stress. Start moving to shopping, doing this. Try even those things you planned. You have changing. You sometimes start changing the plans. And all of these things will bring in stress. So there's no saying, I don't have stress. I have money. Whether you have money or you don't have money, stress affects everybody. That's the truth. But what should we do about it is what I want to talk. Now, when you are experiencing stress, what are the signs? If you are particularly worried, I think the bottom line, if you want to avoid stress, is to reduce worry. No wonder the Bible says, cast all my cares upon you. Cast all your cares upon me. That's what the Lord Jesus said. Because I care for you. And if you look at the Holy Book, whether it's Quran or Bible, I think I'm more familiar with the Bible. The fact is that there are a series of injunctions cautioning us about worry. Because the creator of the body that we carry, he knows the effect of worry. What damage it will do to our body. What damage it will do to our health, to our entire well-being. What destruction it can cause. And so there are a series of warnings, injunctions, advices, admonitions about worry and care. Don't care, don't worry, I care for you. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about yesterday, because this is actually the bottom line. But are there people in the society amongst who don't worry? There is nobody that don't worry. Even the highest, the number one citizen in our country, he has a lot of things he thinks about how to meet up. And so when you have something to worry about, you need to be cautious. That's why you have to cast your care. You permit me a bit to go this way, because that is one of the things that works for me. Benjamin Oluwafemi, that's one of the things that works for me. When I was on this YouTube stuff, trying to get monetized, sometimes I get so mentally stressed out that I don't know what to do. But one thing I do is I cast my care upon the Lord, because He says, don't worry about anything. The worst is what you are expecting, you don't get it. So heaven hasn't fallen. So we should not be so careful. He said, be careful for nothing. He said, be careful for nothing. But in everything, with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, we should give thanks unto God. That's what the Holy Book says. So there are so many injunctions cautioning us about worry, about being too careful. That is actually the bottom line and the real origin of the worst level of stress is worry. And if you do nothing about it, it ushers in high blood sugar. It will usher in, these are the symptoms, it will usher in high blood pressure. It's very devastating, my dear. I've been through it. And occasionally I still had to battle it. The reason, the motivation for this, for my recent short videos and even coming live is to talk about it, because I had to battle it recently. Stress. It will usher in whether you call it malaria or typhoid, it will open doors for them. Whether it's arthritis, it's going to get worse. Insomnia, you won't be able to sleep. A lot of things will come in as a result of what? The fact that stress is moving unchecked. And sometimes, if nothing is done, you will lose your appetite or you start eating too much. These are symptoms of stress. You think you are just eating. You think your body feels like when you eat, lots of food is going to settle that thing that is giving you stress. Sometimes appetite is gone. That's how it affects me. I won't have appetite. I won't be able to sleep when the stress is too much. That loss of sleep is a critical point, and that's where you have to stop. Even the phone, drop the phone. I've had to drop it and not to answer messages, respond to messages, because it will give you the worst stress. When I'm going to say something, I just put off whether I won't even update anywhere. And most times, people who are following me will notice I don't even have time scheduling of time of schedule, because why I don't try to stick to some of them is because of this stress of the thing. Because I'll be trying to meet up with the timing, trying to meet up with the scheduling, so sometimes I don't let that to bother me. I just do my content and drop it. And it's been selling, whether it sells or not. Because it's not to start worrying, is it going to sell? Yeah, are they online? Are they not online? How many things am I going to worry about? Where are my viewers online? Are they not online? When will they not be online? So I have to be adding this one to the stress that is already there. So that is part of the reason why at times I just don't follow schedule. It's not that I like it, but it's just to reduce stress and to reduce the things I worry about. It's not something I'll be worried if I do the content and I put it out. If you are there, you see it. If you are not there, fine. Anytime you want, you can go to the page and open and see what the things that are there. They are always there. So these are a lot little things that stress us a lot. You can just put them away. If the thing is becoming a stress, you're worrying about it, pray about it. It's another thing that works for me. And prayer is not to say, I have to stay all night. Prayer can also become a stress. Now, some people will say, how can prayer become a stress? Now, you can pray too much. Even when God has done something, you can pray out of anxiety. You can pray out of worry. I had done all of these things. You will be praying when even all night, you keep praying with the mind that it is the prayer as much as you pray. It's good to pray. But let me tell you, sometimes you will now begin to overlabor your body, physical body, leading to exhaustion. And God didn't ask you to do that. What He wants more from you is your faith. For the Bible says that, for that, this is that which overcometh the world, even your faith. But when you start doing physical exhaustion, at times, I had to pray sometimes. After you pray, there's no more sleep. The devil can cheat some people, telling them that you can't pray too much. And maybe after one program, you are going for another one. You know you are tired. But you want to show that you are there. You are the general overseer. You are this. If you are tired, you are tired. And those who are close to me, that has been my style. I don't care. I'm too old now. Even before I attained this age, I had been living like that. Don't worry. People know me. If you like, say I'm not a Christian, I don't care. That's how I live my life. Because there are too many things to worry about. So why should you be worrying about what people say about you, what they think about you, whether you are a serious Christian, whether you are prayerful or not? Those things are part of the thing. So you can begin to cut out some of the things. That is the point I want to make. That is what is helping me. If you notice that thing is now becoming too much for worry, you begin to cut out those stress. Cut them out deliberately. Because the Bible has cautioned you not to worry. Jesus has cautioned you not to worry. But then you are worrying, BP is going high. School fees hasn't been paid. The gas has finished. And then the things seem to come together. There's no gas for cooking. This one is there. This one is there. You start getting worried. And, my dear, it's a whole lot. But most importantly, don't eat processed foods. Don't increase sugars in your body. I already did a shot. Don't increase carbohydrates. Don't eat fried foods. Don't take carbonated drinks. Don't just eat anything when you are stressed. Be careful to take only anti-inflammatory foods. There are foods that can help you. Banana, a little banana can help. Cucumbers, low-calorie veggies like that, fruits can help you. Take fruits, carrots, food that are not heavy, but they are rich in water and they are not high in sugar. You take them to nourish the body, especially uncooked food. If you are going through intense stress, my dear, it can start destroying the physical body. And over time, it starts degenerating to depression. Have you seen a depressed person? When people are depressed, sometimes they are almost, you can equate them to people who are sick mentally. Their ability to reason is beginning to reduce. So sometimes they start like talking to themselves, saying something, and you will think it's normal. It's sometimes when people have neglected the stress. So when you are stressed, be careful what you eat. Very, very careful what you eat. It can help you a lot. You have to reduce caffeine, avoid caffeine when you are stressed. I talk about coffee. Yes, once in a while I take coffee. But when the stress level is too much, I avoid the caffeines because they will help to dry out the skin that's already shrinking. Because when you are under some kind of chronic stress, because the stress sometimes can be chronic. I had suffered the chronic type too. So and the ugly side is that there's no medication for stress. The only medication that could be recommended for somebody is to sleep, to give you sleep pill. And a lot of doctors are already aware that it's not the best to induce someone to sleep. They don't even like it. So I had gone through these ones too. So it is to avoid the foods that will make the stress worse. And I already highlighted them. And then to embrace the foods that will reduce the stress. And I mentioned it, the anti-inflammatory foods. Some foods have nutrients to help you with stress. Now, when you are going through stress, it's not time to go for high-calorie, starchy food. Don't even try it. It is not also time. Hi, Adelabu Taiwo, you're welcome. Oluwafemi Benjamin, you're welcome. All of you that are in the house. Ariane, you are welcome too. So, when you are undergoing stress, my dear, it is not even a time for you to start consuming maybe something like fried foods, ready to eat food from supermarkets. It's going to make your stress worse. It's not a time to start taking tea, leafy teas. You know, these are some of the mistakes we made. We made the mistake then, you say, oh, I'm stressed. I can't eat anything. Let me just take tea. Whether you are taking the tea with milk or without milk, if you are still a younger person, well, milk could help you. A little milk, you can even mix it with banana, can calm you down a little bit. But when the stress is affecting an elderly woman, a menopausal woman, that is a different thing altogether. So you don't have to be going for sugars because your body can no longer cope with high sugary foods like bananas and milk. Some people will say, I have seen some suggestions, even I have seen some smoothies also, suggesting for you to take honey. Honey is good for stress. Mix honey and some other very sweet foods, which is not suitable for diabetics, even for most seniors. It will not be suitable for them because of the high sugar, and it's going to make it worse. Now, if you take too much sugars when you are under stress, it can lead to stroke. That is the truth. You need to know it. If you are stressed out and you are taking too much sugars, carbonated drinks, fried foods, foods that are difficult to digest, you are also preparing yourself for something like that. Now, when you are under stress, everything is almost at its lowest, including your digestion. Common foods like you used to eat, like beans, and it will be just okay for you. If you eat it when you are stressed out, it will just be sitting there causing you more stress. So that's why we need to be extra careful to take more of the anti-inflammatory food. Foods that are not cooked are best. Food that don't come with caffeine, whether naturally occurring caffeine or not. I shared that smoothie. Some of you can go also watch it. I actually made it recently. When I was feeling physically exhausted, I had to get it blended by myself and then take it. I even had to keep some. Why? In order to increase calcium. Calcium is very important when you are stressed, but not for you to take carbonated calcium, calcium supplement. These are part of the mistakes also we made. When you are under stress, you need to stop all those supplements. It's one of the biggest mistakes, worst mistakes you make. When you are stressed, you know you are stressed, you can't sleep. You now start taking supplements to help you. The supplements, a good number of them, come with things like iron tablets. Sometimes you say, oh, maybe I don't have blood. Low blood can cause insomnia, which could be linked to stress or mistaken for stress or part of the agents. So if you notice that you are not sleeping, for instance, you don't have to, start looking for all those things to help you quickly. I want to take calcium. They say calcium can make you sleep. Then you see calcium supplements you buy. All those calcium stuff are carbonated calcium. they will make you even more stressed. This is what I've been through. These are mistakes I made. You will say, okay, maybe I don't have enough vitamins, enough blood in me. Now, this is particularly common with seniors. But then, anything that is going through something that looks like a chronic stress, the thing has been persisting, you need to stop all those supplements. And if you can stop the medications too, it may be better. It may. I won't ask you. But when the stress is high, the best thing is to take off the lows. You are welcome, Paulette. When the stress is high, the best thing is to remove every weight. Whether it is supplement, whether it's multivitamin. I never knew this then, but I was sometimes complicating my stress by trying to take iron multivitamin, trying to take a calcium supplement. But I have not been on all these supplements for so many years. And I've been living a normal, healthy life. I didn't have to take a multivitamin, and my blood is normal, usually normal. So by the time you are putting your mind, oh, I want to take medication for this, I want to take medication for this, oh, I've not taken this medication, oh, you will now be using it to make your case worse. Because the ones you even had before, those supplements, they are still in your body, causing problem, adding to your stress, making the body even very toxic, making you, irritating you, making you feel much more unwell. So you feel better and you'll be helping your body when you stop whatever supplement you are taking. I don't take supplement as a matter of fact, but even if it is, what is it called? This fish oil occasionally, which is even said to, anytime the stress comes, I stop it. If I took it, of course, I don't take for up to 3 days. I take once or 2 times. Once, 300 mils, which is very small, once in a while, and then it starts going on, maybe another time. So in that way, the body accepts it because it's not something I take every day. So if you are used to certain medications or certain supplements and you are taking it and suddenly stress hits you like that, you need to stop them. That's my humble advice. Because if you know all those ones you are taking before, they are still there, giving you more stress. I've had to counsel a lot of people. Highly placed people who were dealing with the chronic type of stress. When it gets to that point, nothing seems to be working. If you take medications, it's making it worse. So all you need to do is to make sure you engage in exercise. Exercise is very important. Let me tell you. In case you are sitting indoors, worrying about something and say, oh, in the night you won't sleep. But when you go to have a walk, it's going to throw out some of those luggage, I call them, that are already on you. So when you lie down to sleep, tendency, when you lie down, your body is tired. And it's best that way. As a matter of fact, one of the worst type of stress I had to deal with in the past was finally laid to rest as a result of very rigorous exercise. That exercise was not planned. That particular exercise was not deliberately put up to help me deal with stress. It was a kind of, if I perish kind of exercise. It was not an exercise organized. It's something that came up and I was into it, and I had to make sure I did it and let all the stress come. Surprisingly, that day, after several days, have you been awake for like 6-7 days? It had happened to me because of what? Stress. And so on that particular day, I did all the stress, no medication. I've not been eating well for days. This was a complete, I don't know how to describe it. I don't pray it happens, because a lot of lessons were learned from it. And so what am I saying? I also give people that advice. Don't joke with exercising. It's free. When that thing gets to a particular point, the only thing you can get for free, which will always help you to start dealing with it, is one, stopping the processed foods. Then two, exercising. Exercising is very important. It's free, but my dear, when you are going through stress, don't joke with exercise. Don't joke with it. Sometimes it looks like you are so weak to even do any exercise. Sometimes it looks like you are so tired. In fact, you are not interested in anything. That's the chronic type of stress. That's one of the effects of chronic stress. You are uninterested in work. If you are creating, your brain is not even well. Can't even think well. So how do you can't function? You are not interested. Whatever you are asked to do, you are not interested. So that is a chronic type of it. And one of the things to do is to start going for exercising, rigorous exercising. I mean, very rigorous one, not just, oh, let me go for 20 minutes or 30 minutes walk. If it used to be 20, 30 minutes, you can make 45 minutes. So the body becomes like it's overused, it's tired. So once you sit somewhere, the next thing that your body will just be praying, when will this mama sit down? Let me just have a small rest. So in that case, you will notice that stress will leave you temporarily. Not that it has vanished, but it's just on the process. My dear, it's just on the process. When you have that first nap, because the real medicine for you to get out of the stress is to start having your normal sleep. Normal sleep. You know, we talked about sleep last time. It was a long talk. And a lot of people confessed having sleep problems. I myself, I do have occasionally. Yes, when the sleep problem is resolved, in a matter of time, stress will be gone. Yes, when the sleep problem is gone, you don't have to relax. The brain is healed when you start sleeping, because that's one of the signs. The brain is healed, the gut is healed, and a lot of other, things are taken care of when you start sleeping. Your energy is back. Your mood changes. You begin to be forward-looking instead of feeling depressed and uninterested. Your appetite becomes sharper. You can think and reason better when you start sleeping. So that is one of the things that going for a walk, getting your vitamin D, getting the sunshine will deliver to you freely. But then there are some nutrients also that you need when you are stressed. Nutrients like serotonin, tryptophan, most of them have to do with the brain, because it is always the brain that suffers most. All parts of the body suffers during stress, but I tell you, the one that suffers most is the brain, to me, because everything you do begins inside of your brain. Before you get up to go and carry out a physical activity, the brain will have thought of it. It's the brain that does the thinking that, let me do this. So it's the brain that is doing all the planning. So that is why the brain is the one that suffers most, because you can no longer think well. You can no longer, plan. You cannot be productive. Everything, you're always tired. You want to eat, or you don't have appetite. Everything is just at zero level for you. So that is part of the part of it. And if you are someone that is subjected to stress, and the common people that are often affected, like I said, being sick for a long time can also make somebody feel stressed, both mentally and even physically. When somebody is sitting for a long time and the sickness is being prolonged, it's not healing. Stress start coming with stress. If somebody's expectation is not met, I told you from the beginning, it's going to be giving you stress. It's going to be causing you to have stress. Yes. A lot of other things. Sometimes if money comes in, like I told you, if money comes in like this, stress, start running up and down, trying to do more than what you put on the table, what you planned for. So you need to be watching all of these things that we care about And then eat foods that will not allow you, avoid those high caffeinated teas when you're trying to take coffee. Eat more of the raw foods in small amounts. And then all these foods like bananas, cucumbers, cashew nut in small amount. The brain, small. Cashew is good. When you take in small amount, it's going to help you. Even the almond is good because of magnesium, because of calcium. These are minerals that helps you with your heart, because we are also very conscious of our heart, especially seniors. When you are stressed, the heart is very weak. And remember that if the heart stops working, everything ends. So we need foods that will help us. Vitamin C is important. Antioxidant vitamin C and E, they're important. So we need to consume foods like almonds, foods like a few nuts, seeds, to help to protect the heart, to help to support the heart, to reduce free radical activity that when you are stressed, as long as you don't bring in too much sugars, the body is having less weight to carry. It's carrying only the, but there is one aspect of your diet that you cannot completely take out. Paulette Clark, you are welcome to the house. So that aspect is the fat. When you are under stress, cashew nut is a fat, almond is a fat. You can take a little of it because of what? To continue to support the brain, because it works more with fat. And so you have to take the fats in moderation, because when it's too much, it looks like you are putting weight on your body. It becomes too heavy for the heart, and you become like you are tired because of the too much fat, whether it's healthy fat or it's unhealthy fat. But if you take good fats like olive oil, cold pressed olive oil in small amount, because fat is one of the very important aspects of your diet, fats and oil. You can leave out the carbohydrates. Honestly, I learned this and I've been applying it. I become very, very careful with carbohydrates when I'm under physical stress. A lot. I become very, in fact, you have to be very, if you must take, just pinch. Become afraid of it. That's the word I use. I normally say, oh, when I'm going through any kind of, whether physical stress or combining of mental, because sometimes they come together, all the stress come together. I say, okay, I'm afraid of carbs now. That's what I normally say. When I get to the kitchen, look at this, oh, this thing looks fine. Carbohydrate like rice, all the swallows, all those things you love. Say, oh, this is beautiful, but right now, I'm afraid of carbohydrates. That's what I normally say. Because why? My body can't handle it. I just take maybe a pinch. So you have to be more choosy, more careful, more selective when you are experiencing stress. Why? Because it's very destructive. Stress is highly destructive. We must avoid it. If you notice it in your child, you try to help that child. Anybody can come under stress, either examination stress, mentally, and there is also an aspect of health that it affects. A lot of people are not aware. So when you are saying the stress, apart from the stress hormone, cortisol, your cholesterol too will be high. Yes, your cholesterol will be high. This is something I have found, apart from me myself, but other people, that when you are under high stress level, cholesterol also will rise. Cholesterol will rise. Let us just take a little break now. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. Just 1 minute, please. I have to. Just 1 minute. I will have to. So let's continue with our talk. So anytime you notice that you're under stress, you must be careful of what you are eating. We must be careful of a lot of things because of, sorry, I have to, let me off it first. Let me share this one. Okay, so let's, anytime you are, something is troubling me here. So anytime you are stressed, you have to be careful not to allow your body, to carry extra weight, because it's carrying a lot of weight already. Even though you may not see it physically, but the point is that it's already tension. So, and most people that suffer stroke, if you ask me, it is during that time too. So that's why we must be careful. There are certain things that are recommended for sleep, which I said that sleep is very important. In fact, if you ask me, it's one of the major antidotes for stress, because if you are stressed, for instance, go to hospital, there's no medication for stress. The only medication they can give you is to sleep. Medication to sleep, so that your brain will calm down. So, but if you continue that way, it's not going to be good, because your body will start relying on medications, so that if you don't take medication, you won't be able to sleep, and it's often discouraged. So it's not okay to rely on it. You just make this adjustment that I normally do. Stop all those unhealthy foods and carbohydrates. Stop them. Be very deliberate about them. Then you need to increase exercising. Be more deliberate about physical exercise, because when you are engaged in physical exercise, the stress hormone, all those stress will be going out. It will not be too much. Some of the weight will be thrown out in the course of the exercise. And then you will now also stop the sugars. Your body don't need sugar that time. What you can take foods that comes naturally with water, like cucumbers. Banana has some nutrient that can help you with, but it's high in sugar. So that's why I said seniors should be careful. Menopausal women, they go through stress a lot. I don't want to focus on them because they go through a lot of stress. The menopause comes with its own stress. Yes, men also go through stress. Whether you call it financial stress or whichever type of stress. But yes, there's nobody. So when you begin to care about those things, that's when they begin to give you much stress. So my own solution, for instance, is when I discover that I'm becoming so concerned about something, I'm so caring about something, just stop caring about it. Be careful for nothing. That's what the Bible says. So when you are not being too careful about that thing, it begins to become a source of stress for you. Starts to stress you. Sometimes I use it to stress you. Oh, how will my child go to school? How will I pay school fees? Oh, the rent is due. Oh, my health. Oh, I have not bought my supplements. Oh, I have not bought my drugs. My drugs is getting finished. My child is not doing well. So many things. If you're a content creator, you'll be worrying. When will I post? What time will I post? That's why I don't do all of that. It's not that I don't like it, so I don't appreciate people can do it. But I say, no, that will be adding to my stress. Oh, come and do at this time schedule. Do at this type of schedule. I don't. Sometimes I follow schedule. Sometimes I don't. Because I'm being careful for nothing. That's how I do. If nobody sees it, fine. But the good news is that people still see it. Oh, if you don't post at the right time, the right people will not see it. But nevertheless, I still send my post whenever it's ready. When I create my content, I still send it. Whoever sees it, glory. That I believe that whoever sees it is those that God wants to see it. But sometimes if I have this energy and the whatever, I schedule the post. They know, my YouTube partners, they know. So I say, this mama, I'll schedule it, but another time again, I won't schedule. I'll just, the same thing with this life. So it's all because I don't want to worry about too much or too many things. Worrying about when to go live, worrying about how to go live, worrying about who is going to, worrying about what they will gift me and all of that. So that is it. See something. So that's it. So that's exactly what I'm trying to say. You don't have to allow yourself to be destroyed because of stress, because of worry. You don't have to. Nutritionally, bring it down by not allowing unhealthy food at all. If you, for instance, let me tell you one of the things I did recently because of this very stress that brought about this recent post. I have to do food soak, and it worked perfectly. I had to use lavender oil with few drops inside of boiled water and put my two legs inside that water and give my feet a very good treat and sat on it for 30 minutes in a stainless container. I did a video in the time past that one of the ways I take care of my feet is to soak it. But when the stress is also high, you need to improve blood circulation from your legs. So if you've not been paying attention to your legs, that's the time to do it. You just boil water, be deliberate. That's what I did recently. Drop a few drops. Lavender oil is good. It has, it's going to help to neutralize all those stress hormones that are already hanging around you. Just put a little in it. You can use other oils like jasmine oil. Just a moment. Try to bear with me. I will see. So you will still. So you have to add some essential oils. The one I used recently was the drop of lavender, or you can use jasmine oil, any other one to help to, calm it. Even if you have lemon oil, lemon is good too for stress. Just a drop inside the warm water in a stainless container and put let the water cover your feet and sit down there. If your stress level is quite high and you really want to what you have to do is to add the oil and then use it to soak your feet. It's going to improve circulation. It's going to reduce pains because the stress sometimes comes with pain, sometimes headaches. There's nothing. Almost everything will be wrong with you. You come with headaches. You come with a lot of other symptoms. So you don't have to allow the stress to continue to destroy your immune system. And inflammations are always very high during that period. So that is why you have to fight it using the anti-inflammatory diet, anti-inflammatory food. Food that contains calcium, food that contains magnesium will help you. Food that contains potassium, food that contains zinc. There are small minerals that you need. Food that are good, are natural source of the big group of vitamins. They will help you. Because when you take those things, it will give you some form of energy. Food that can help you to sleep. Even recently also, I had to take aloe vera gel, fresh aloe vera from my garden. I had to take a little of it because it also helps to calm you down. It's very bitter though, but I had to take it. Yes, I had to take a little of it, very slippery, very bitter, but I had to take it during that period because it's part of the thing that's going to help to start breaking it down and start giving you the victory that you deserve over the stress. So it's one of those foods that you can take. It's going to help you relax. It has the B group of vitamins. I'm talking of the aloe vera, whether the aloe vera gel or whichever. But you know that you don't have to go look for the ones in the supermarket. It's a very healthy food, but you can add it to your smoothie, or you can take it like that. That's what I do occasionally, just to help the body to fight this stress of a thing. It's bitter too, very bitter. So you need to also ensure that you are properly hydrated. You need energy. You can get your energy apart from these ones I mentioned. You can make your oats and add that type of smoothie I made. Add your tiger nut, your dates inside your oats. When you prepare your oats during stress, it's a good form of, it helps you because the calorie is not much. But when you add cinnamon, if you just take it like that, it may spike your sugar. But ensure that that oat you prepare during stress is loaded. Put a pinch of cinnamon in it. Put that tiger nut with dates, or you can put either of them, because tiger nut contains calcium and you need it. You will see, and it's gluten-free. You see how relaxed and calm you will be. Then put ginger and turmeric in case of inflammations, in case of blood sugar. Put a pinch of that. Put black seed. Black seed contains protein because it's a seed. Your body is still looking for protein to help to support you. So if you add a little black seed inside the oat, it makes it richer. Then you can even add your avocado powder a little. All these things. Some of you, the other time I was showing you something like that for my breakfast. Some of you say, it's too much. It's not too much. It's dense. That's what your body needs. You need as much as possible. Load it. In fact, recently I'm even adding, sometimes I add flaxseed, ground flaxseed, a little, inside the oat. I had to do it too. Because it has omega-3. Your body needs everything to help it. Only the good, that is what is good for you during stress. So I normally add it. But these are things that on a normal day I don't do. I can just eat, relax, that many of you are doing. But when you know that the body is already carrying a weight, my dear, look into that, your diet. Those things that you are lazy to do, you find yourself lazy to do. Don't be lazy that time, because it's your life. That's on the line. Be deliberate. If you're soaking your feet, you in Abuja, okay, you in Abuja, okay. So if it's soaking your feet, it's not something that I find very, very convenient to do, to sit on a seat, soaking my feet for 30 minutes. But when the stress is there, the stress is not every time. I have to do it. That's what I did recently. I have to do it, and it worked. I slept that night. After doing it, I slept. I did a lot of other things. So you pay attention to your feet. When you notice that it's coming with loss of sleep, then when you want to eat little. You can make your oat, add this tiger nut with your ginger and turmeric. Blend. Make sure you use fresh ingredients. Put them. Because it comes with inflammations, the stress. So it will be pushing back the inflammation and reducing pains. And then supplying your body with nutrients that it needs. Because the turmeric will support your liver. Not to be overloaded with fat, oils, and carbohydrates. It's going to help to reduce inflammations there. The same thing with the ginger. Ginger is going to be helping your stomach, which is already weak in terms of stomach acid. It's going to be helping you to produce it. And turmeric is a digestive aid, naturally. It's going to help you. Then you put pinch of cinnamon. Then add small cocoa there for added magnesium and nutrients. Just make it dense when you are going through stress. Don't let it be full. Don't let your stomach be full. Because your body is already... This is what I did recently. And it brought me out of it. Honestly, it brought me out of it. That's why I'm here talking. If I'm stressed, I won't go. Even if it's a scheduled life, I won't go. I won't do it. I'll cancel it. That's what I do. because there will be no interest to do the life. There will be no energy. Even when you see my face, you will know that yes, stress is there. So that is it. So you prepare yourself something. It's not a time to just be sending someone, go do this for me. Yes, it's okay if you have a good person to help. But some of us, we do almost everything ourselves. Just like myself. I do almost. Yes, I have to let you know. I do my videos, I do my editing, I cook my meals, I do my shopping. Yes, you heard me. I do most of it myself. So that is it. If you don't worry too much, don't let anyone disturb you. Sometimes I want to post if I feel that, oh, sometimes the phone can be a sort of stress. It has happened to me several times. Very big stress. It will not be working. Everything will just be going wrong. The laptop, everything. This one need updates. This one need this. And you have to do all of these things. It places stress on you. It takes its toll on you. So sometimes you just leave everything and relax. And the beautiful thing again is that sometimes these things the problem solving themselves. No wonder the Bible says, be careful for nothing. Yes, sometimes you just relax. The problems start getting solved one by one. So you will not be asking yourself, why all this stress? Why all this worry? Why have I been stressing myself all this while? Yes, when I didn't worry about it, the thing is now getting solved. So you can see that you can manage stress when you are aware of it, when you are conscious of it, when you see the stress coming, when you know you are in it. Some people are in it, they don't know. Oh, they say they don't have stress. You think nothing, money go bring stress. Now they bring stress for me. Money. If you come like this, hey, I don't run out. Begin to buy this, buy that, spices, buy this, buy. Before you know it, exhaustion. That is it. And when the money no there, you relax and put your mind and be doing your thing. At least as long as you are buying data. So that is, you don't have anything to say, oh, why are you stressing yourself, mama? You don't have to be stressed now. The money is there. I've heard people say it. And they don't know what stress is all about. Because what is stressing you is different from what is stressing me. Everybody have their own stress. Your stress is different from my stress. That is the truth. So you don't have to say, you think because money is there, the person doesn't have stress. Money carries more stress when it's around. It keeps you start running errands that you didn't plan for when money is available. The budget you didn't make, you start making it. The project that you never planned, you start executing it. That's what money, it starts sending you all over the place. That is it. Afternoon, dear lady. Lovely to join you in interesting topic. Indeed, sometimes we can't help from being stressed. Life simply happens. Yes, that is true. I think, oh, my friend, Versi, you are welcome to the house. I really appreciate your comment. Yes, sometimes you can't help. As long as you're worried about something, it's one of the things that I'm still dealing with today, stress. Sometimes somebody tells you something. Maybe your spouse will tell you something. You'll be thinking that one, mental stress. Sometimes you'll be asking yourself, why am I in this relationship? What am I still doing here? It's stress. Sometimes your children are not living up to expectation. Stress. You're thinking that one. Adjoin, the chosen one. Say hi, you're welcome. Adjoin, the chosen one. So a lot of things are bothering you. But if you follow the golden injunction, it's what is helping you. The time that this YouTube wanted to really cause stress for me, I really know what, I don't want to worry again. I just relax myself. Sometimes I know that those who are watching will say, this mama, you don't even have a particular time on posting. I know get. Bear with me, my lovely people. That's why my life be. Because if I start ensuring that I must do it at that time, it becomes a stress. part of the stress. But if you can cope, fine. That is how I do my things. I don't want the thing to become a burden. I don't want it to become a load. I don't want it to become part of what I'm worrying about. Because it's what you worry about that gives you stress. So as long as I don't worry about it. If you are at work, oh, they give you a query for not doing something right in your place of work, and you are worried, oh, will they sack me? It becomes a stress. But if you have said the truth, because honesty is the best policy. Honestly, it looks like I'm preaching, but it is. If you like, call it. But if you say the truth, for instance, you'll be free. I'm being honest with you. That's what is working for me. When you say the truth at all times, you say, well, even if they decide to send you away, fine. What happens? But the point is, you have spoken the truth. So you don't have any guilty conscience or conscience of guilt to be worrying that, oh, why did I not say the truth? Maybe God is punishing me. Always say the truth so that you won't have anything. So God can even fight for you. Okay, somebody is asking a question. How can I manage constipation? Taiwo Adelabu. Now, constipation can also be worsened by stress. But I will tell you here something that works. First of all, there are few things that can cause your constipation to be very chronic. Number one, this one, a lot of people don't know about it. Absence of probiotics. If you are not consuming fermented foods like fermented millet, my dear, your constipation sometimes won't go away. Please, you can write this one down. And if you haven't been trying it, go and try it and thank me later. Now, if you are constipated, you are not able to open your bowel and go to, let the waste out for 2 or 3 days. It's something to worry about. You are sick, very sick already. It's one of the biggest challenges I used to have, but not anymore, because I've understood some of the secrets. In those days, I could stay for 4 days, 5 days. Some of you won't believe it. I won't empty my bowel. I'll be going. Some people will say, this thing can cause colon cancer. They will say, take water, a lot of water. I took a lot of water. I used to take water, but it still won't move. Now, another thing that can cause you to be constipated is if you are doing too much dieting. I want you to listen. If you are doing too much dieting, that is, you're not eating enough. So, because there was a time I was overweight, I was really dieting. So, the constipation was worse. So, it was an elderly woman. To be precise, it was my mom. There's nothing to hide about it. That when I complained about the constipation so many years ago, I was already an adult. She said, are you eating enough? You look slim. Why are you losing so much weight? Why are you trying to lose weight like that? It's what is causing the constipation. I didn't doubt her because she's my mom. Even though she may not be so educated. But she said I should eat a particular thing. That I should finish it while she watches over me. That if I finish it, I must empty my bowel. My dear, I'm glad to tell you, it worked. It was just red oil and peppers she put inside plate. I'm not saying you should go and eat it too. And then put yam, all this. No, these village things are usually organic. So I should eat it. That I should eat lots of it and eat it very well. Let the belly feel it. Let my stomach feel there's food there. That I've been eating small, that she's been watching me. I learned a lot from that, and I will never forget that lesson. That is to say that, and immediately I obeyed. I went, and everything. She said, as long as the stomach has not gotten enough, especially if your constitution, your body constitution is for plenty food. Maybe you were raised eating lots of food, like those of us. And suddenly, you are not trying to lose weight, you are not trying to do weight loss, and you are not trying to follow a diet plan, you are not to follow nutrition guide. Sometimes, my dear, it leads to constipation. You won't read this one everywhere, anywhere. But I'm telling you, you need to anyone you bring in. Yes, moms are always right because they know more than us. They are babies. Yes, yes. I just told you precise was my mom. I didn't argue with her. I obeyed, and it worked. So I learned from that very day. This is something that happened many years ago. But I learned from that very day. I didn't have to read it. That if the food is not enough, the body will release the waste. Everybody is struggling for survival. This one wants to occupy space. The old one wants to stay. But if the new food that you brought in is not plenty enough to be able to displace the old one, two of them will be fighting for space. You say you are inside your stomach. So you will say you are constipated. That was the experience I had been going through. And that singular guide she told me ended it, that aspect of constipation. It's an aspect of it though. It's not the all. But if you are not eating enough and you are dieting too much, it can be causing constipation, making your constipation worse, no matter the effort you make. That's number one. Number two. Then number three, if you are not exercising, especially for older people, if you work in an office and you're always sitting down in an air-conditioned room, it may not be affecting you, but when you start growing older, sometimes it may hold down your colon. You will not move. It will not move. It will not move. You will eat a day, 2 days, it will move. So if you're not exercising, you need to be deliberate about it. That's number three or number four. Then number five thing that can cause you to be constipated, if you are not properly hydrated, if not taking water, especially water therapy, don't joke with it. I've said a lot about it, and I can't say too much, because water therapy in the morning will do the magic, and you're going to heal a lot of things. Most people that come to me for counseling, for chat, no matter what ails you, the first medicine or the first therapy I give you is water therapy. And I tell you not to joke with it, because it's something that is cheap. And I'm happy that a lot of people normally get results. They get real results. Whether it's gastritis or whatever, or constipation. I chatted a young man who called me from far away within Nigeria, but in another region, I mean within the country. But he called me and complained of being overweight. He complained of a lot of other things, which I don't want to talk about. So he wanted me to help him to reduce weight, and then some other male issues that are also part of it. So my dear, after looking into his diet, I recommended the first thing was water therapy. He was wondering that, will it help him lose weight? I said, just do what you have been told to do. And the young man obeyed. He's about 28, 29 years old. He started. He showed me his photo. It was big. So over time, I called him. He explained some things, and then say he's so surprised how his body have changed. That he's been doing that water therapy now, that he doesn't think he will stop. He said he empties his bowel. That is the most important part of the thing that he said the water is doing for him. I said, I don't want to tell you what it will do, but that's the most important thing. And it's what you need to lose weight. So if you are having constipation, start water therapy in the morning. And if you are someone that is 55 or even up to 50, add lemon juice. Then if you are a menopausal woman, I think who is dropping? Now, I want you to comment your age so that I can attend to you personally on that. Comment your age and your location. While I'm talking, Taiwo Adelabu, I want you to comment your age so I can be more specific on you, because constipation varies with individuals. It varies because some people are more prone to have it, the constipation. Some people don't have it. And so if you are prone to have constipation, just like me, at times when I talk to some people, when they say, they don't have issue with constipation. I get amazed. They say they know. As a matter of fact, my spouse doesn't have problem with. He empties 2 times, 3 times a day. I'm so jealous of you. That's how some people's system, that's the way their own body constitution, in terms of their colon, how their colon works. That's how it is. I've talked to some people, even women who say that every morning they must go to the toilet. Let me call it the way we call it. I get like, you mean it? They say yes. I say every morning, they say yes. I myself, my own doesn't even have any time, but most time in the evening. But not to stay a day anymore. Like I used to stay 4 or 5 days. Not anymore. Without emptying my system, because I know what works. Then the next thing, while I'm still waiting for you to tell me your age, so that I can direct specifically tell you what to do to relieve you of constipation. So you'll be glad you are in this life. So, but I want to I'm tackling the constipation generally because of others also, because colon health is very important. If you are not emptying your bowel and you are having constipation, it's something you need to give serious attention to. Now, another thing also, if you are consuming too much of carbohydrates, 50, okay, adjust the chosen one. So I will now also focus on you, but let me drop this point first. Now, if you are someone that is consuming carbohydrates too much, you will always be having constipation. If you always eat bread and biscuits, you will always be having constipation. This is something I know very, very well. Because why? These are not building blocks. There's no protein there. And what the body cannot use, it will dump it there. And it's going to be just like a waste. So, if you are consuming too much carbohydrates, my dear, whatever name you call the carbohydrates, whether it's natural carbohydrates or whatever, whether it's rice or whatever, my dear, constipation will be there. Nothing you can do. Now, let me address the chosen one, to be specific, at age 50. That is the menopause age. My own menopause, the crisis period was 48, 49, but by 50, the last monthly period was seen, and that was the end. So this constipation is also part of it. It gets worse when you are getting to this age, and then the menopause will add to it. I don't even know, the chosen one, are you a man or a woman? Let me know, because this constipation is more common amongst women. That's why I tend to be focusing on women a lot. I've heard a lot of men, they hardly have issue. So let me know your male or female and where you are located. You didn't answer all of them. So please let me know I am male, I'm female, and this is where I'm located, so that I can also be more focused to help you what you can get around there in order to help you with the constipation. The thing that you can get, there are foods that helps with constipation, and I'm coming to that. There are food that deals with constipation, but I have told you that one of the key things that a lot of people are not talking about is the role of probiotics. And now these probiotics are the fermented foods, but the one that is very common and popular with me is the fermented millet. Okay, you are located in Florida. Okay, that, why I'm asking is I want to know the type of foods that you can have access to, because some of the things I'm talking, you may not have access, like fermented millet. You may not have it. You can ferment cabbage also. You may not have it. But there are foods that you can get around. You can check if you can have cabbage and green apples. Cabbage and green apples. Now, when you wake up, start your morning with water therapy. And after the water therapy, add lemon juice. And that water therapy has to be You see this bottle of water? 2 of it is even small. 2 bottles in the morning is small. If you are weighing up to 65 or 66. So that is to, don't come and say, oh, you take this bottle and you okay. You can take 1.5 for a start, but let it be warm. You can take 1. It depends on your weight, your body weight will determine. But you need to go to to urinate at least once or twice after your water therapy. This is the sign that your body is already saturated and the water you took is enough. That's the way to know. But if you do not urinate, you can look for an African market. Yes, that's what some people are doing. You can look for an African market and use and get it. But let me tell you, take water therapy, and then if you have lemon juice, if you don't have, then you can get sea salt. I'm telling you what you can get now, which I know you can easily get in your supermarkets there. So you can add a little sea salt. Don't miss this one. One rocky salt is okay in your water to start triggering. And then if you have lemon juice and maybe the constipation has lingered, my dear, just add a little lemon and add sea salt and see how it's going to flush the whole thing out. I've done that, it's worked for me. Then another thing that works for instant colon flush, which has worked for me, is coffee. Don't say coffee has caffeine, I know. But when your colon is locked up, you use coffee, black or not 3-in-1, black coffee. Add something like dates, make it warm, and take it immediately. Relax. You're going to clean. I like coconut water, but the ones here are not pure as the Virgin Islands. Yes, but it's not even the best. Coconut water is good, but it's not the best for you for constipation. I'm telling you what you go try that you can get there. Use sea salt in warm water. Put lemon juice or anything lemon or organic things is. Now another thing that can be making you not to be regular at all is when most of the things you are taking are not natural. If you are taking more of processed foods, if you want to take tea bag, it can also cause you not to be regular. Most times your system will be like, that was the problem I used to have so many years ago. I used to love cracker biscuit. I used to love all these cookies. I love bread. So it was some of the experiences I had those days. So I used to eat it, and then after eating it, we tied everywhere up. I'll be struggling to lose to be able to empty my bowel, but sometimes it takes days. But now, I'm telling you, avoid those things. If you are eating cracker, avoid it like poison. At this age, you see the difference it will make to your health. If you are eating biscuits, any kind, cook, even if it's little, stay away from it. All those processed bread, don't go there, because most of them come with trans fatty acids. Yes, these trans fats, my dear. Do you know, even now, sometimes I'll do long throat. You know what we call long throat? Last 2 weeks, I did that. I got wheat bread. Wheat is a source of gluten. Wheat is good for things like constipation and all of that. But when you buy it from the supermarket, and I bought mine from supermarket, not that I don't know that it's bad, but sometimes I just want to enjoy myself, because we can't kill ourselves because of all this. So I just got it. It's brown. It looks so good. It doesn't have much sugar. But I know about that particular bread. All of them, in short, they come with some trans fats. So immediately I take it. Doesn't matter what I take with it. It will eventually start locking up the intestine to not allow things to move because of all those butters and margarines. Those are the trans fats they use in making the bread to look very fluffy, attractive. If you are engaged in all of this and you are experiencing constipation, my dear, pack them one side first, so until you are free. Your bowel is free. So you can use coffee, hot coffee. It has worked for me. All these things I'm telling you are things at various points that has worked for me. I use coffee and date. And that very day, immediately I finished it, I sat down, it wasn't long. The whole thing went out. The whole waste just got out. I've tried the one with them. There are so many remedies though out there, but the most important thing is to stop the things that are causing it. And the thing that are causing it, when you are consuming too much carbohydrates, constipation, too much processed foods with trans fats, they will continue to, no matter even if you are eating healthy food, they will say eat fiber. Fiber is very good. Fiber from fruits. If we all listen to your advice, we will be so healthy in our older years. But we love eating the wrong food because they are tasty snacks. Yes, that's the truth, my dear. My lovely Vel Elsie. Yes, that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. Please, ma, let me know how I can chat with you privately. As long as you are following I'm coming. As long as you are following you are a subscriber and then become a member of the channel. There's channel membership. There's a place for channel membership. So if you join the channel, you definitely will be able to have that opportunity to chat privately with me, because there will be that opportunity. And so that is it. If you follow these tips, there are many things. Foods. Now, one of the things, the latest thing that is actually working, which I want you to apply, is when you finish your water therapy, start with raw foods. That's what I do. And that's the final where I ended the problem of constipation. Start your morning with raw foods. Don't start your morning with sugary foods, sugary drinks. They create acid, and the acid make the constipation worse. Then when you start with foods like cabbage, carrot, cucumbers in the morning, and then you take only the raw natural foods before you eat protein like legumes. When you want to eat protein, include legumes like black-eyed cowpea after taking the raw foods. Take eggs. Egg help you also with complete amino acids. Then you will notice that you won't have constipation again. And then sometimes stress can also make constipation to be there. If you are not exercising, for instance, it's going to be there. So that is it. Let me see this setting. Sorry. Okay. What about, okay. And not pure. Okay. So that is it. So that is it. The constipation of a thing should not be something for you to worry so much about, because it's something that I had to deal with a long time and actually was able to overcome it. Honestly, when I say overcome it, I've overcome it. I have emptied my bowel today. I did yesterday, every day. Of course, I don't have to expect myself to be doing too much, because of the much you eat is the much you will. And then you have to put leafy greens. Don't joke with green vegetables. It's one of your best friends when it comes to becoming regular. There are some vegetables particularly that are very good. They are in the class of prebiotics. Vegetables, this cruciferous vegetables like garlic, onions, if you add them in your daily diet, cayenne peppers, they help to aid digestion. Onions, garlic, all of this inside your vegetable on a daily basis. you will not be having constipation. You will not be having constipation. So the constipation of a thing is not something that you have to, start taking medication or going for something. And then sometimes you may take something like bitter something. There are a lot of things that works. Now, if you even try this, try that, and it doesn't seem to be working, it may be there's toxic overload. Sometimes I've had to take moringa. Moringa is good too. I've had to mix moringa with lemongrass in order to provide the body with a lot of nutrients, because moringa is dense, nutrient dense. So when you take a food that is dense in nutrition and the body gets all that it needs, then all those wastes will be sent out. And moringa leaves is a detox food. It can help you also if you're having problem of constipation. Even the seed is even better than the leaves when it comes to dealing with constipation. You can go and do your own search. The moringa seed. Take 2 seeds. It's even, you can easily get it over there. It's a detox food. The seed is superior to the leaves when it comes to making you to clean your bowel. And another thing, there are times when the detox paths are blocked, the pathways of detox. If you include foods like chia seeds, soaked chia seed, for instance, I use it. Soak like half tablespoon. I used to see people say 1 tablespoon. I don't know how they do it, but half tablespoon is usually okay for me, which is about 1 teaspoon. Soak it in water and take it on empty stomach. It's dense in nutrition. It has fiber, soluble and insoluble fiber. Now, sometimes constipation is also being held because of cholesterol, bad cholesterol, low density lipoprotein. Yes, I have the leaves from the moringa tree. Okay, you can occasionally add it. Wash it, don't eat it raw. It's high in vitamin C. So you can add it to your meal or use it, wash it a little and use for tea. But the seed, if you can have access to the seed, don't take more than 3 seeds, my dear, because it's going to start purging you right away. It's what a lot of people have tried it. It's very sweet. But when you take one, it's going to make you to keep drinking water. It's a super seed. You'll be just one, you'll be drinking water. If you cannot take 3, 2 is okay. But I tell you, if you take it like 3, and then maybe take something like lemon in warm water, it's going to clean you up. There's papaya. Papaya helps. But sometimes, what I take these days is the papaya seed tea. It helps very well because the papaya has sugar. So when you enjoy, papaya is good. But sometimes I also saw somewhere, and I think it makes some sense anyway, where the person was saying that you can blend it with some nuts to reduce there. So somebody like that, if you take it alone, what I notice when I take papaya, because I do take papaya a lot too. When I take papaya, I notice that unless I take with the seed, sometimes it doesn't really move like that. But what makes it move is if I follow it up with protein-rich food, like, it contains papain that helps to digest protein. So if I take protein-rich foods like black-eyed cowpea, it will now work. It will now, like, I've seen some work to do to now be able to move. But if a papaya and you go and eat starch or sugary food later, it's not going to work. There is a way it works. It's protein that will surely help you. I need to invest in a really good blender and juicer. I just repaired my own recently. I didn't know when my blender was bad, faulty. Even the light was issue. It was an issue here because of the current was quite loose. I wasn't using a lot of things there. So, but I didn't allow that to deter me anyway. Because when you are determined, you'll be unstoppable. I didn't allow that one to even disturb me. I was still doing everything, eating, using my teeth, using anything I can to make sure I take as much. Even sometimes there may be no light. You know, in this part where we are, sometimes there will be no electricity. And there will be no somebody to even assist you do the generator stuff. So I just take my carrot. For instance, this morning I had my carrot this morning after my water therapy. Let me just give you a break or a little of what I had. Because why? I'm also anticipating that if I don't do all of this regularly, I will start having, I may not be able to be regular today. I have a very strong system that doesn't just lose anyhow. If I don't check it daily, that 3 days constipation may start coming in. So after the water therapy, I added lemon juice this morning to my water therapy. Because the body was just coming out of a stress, as I told us. So that one doesn't allow the system also to move very well. Stress is very bad. You go hold your colon. Even when you want to empty the bowel, it do not come out very well. It will come a little. So, but you have to help it. So this morning, after the warm water, lots of water, like this cup now, about two of it is what I had. Look at it. So then add the lemon juice, half a lemon. After that half a lemon, I took flaxseed. Flaxseed is very good for constipation too. In fact, it's for the worst and most stubborn constipation because it comes with omega-3 and small protein, lots of soluble and insoluble fiber. So even if it is cholesterol that is holding the constipation, the flaxseed has nutrient to break through the cholesterol and push it away. In fact, when I returned it to my diet as I did in one of my videos, it gave me a good flush. It was almost like a purge a lot of things out. I felt so happy. In fact, I was blessing God for it. There is a way your system cleanses. You need to be, I will be thanking God. That's what I do. I say, I thank you, Lord, for the healing. Because that's a healing. So when I returned that flaxseed, it just gave me a good clean on empty stomach. So this morning too, after the water therapy with lemon juice, I had to take a teaspoon of it, the ground one, which I ground myself with my blender. Have to put hot water there and then take it to follow the water therapy and the lemon juice. And then thereafter, I had my carrots, my cabbage and all of that, eating them just with my teeth. Then after eating all of those things, then the oats and all the concomitants had to come. So that all these things will help to avoid things like you are looking for medication or multivitamin. So I had to make my oats and add all the black seed, all the pumpkin seed, all the sunflower seed, add all the cocoa, bitter cocoa, add cinnamon, a lot of things. Add this, add that. So at the end of it, you have something that is very rich. Even the ginger and turmeric tea is still part of what I prepared and kept with lemongrass to help to take later after the oat. But that oat was still with a small portion of legumes. Legumes is a local legume here that people prepare around this area. But I added a little of it because it's a protein source. So if you are consuming enough protein, I have taken moringa seeds that I have grounded and mixed with honey in a bottle. My goodness, I tell you, it cleansed me. I thought from the top of my tummy, I felt great and clean. So I'm glad with what you are saying. So my teaching on moringa seed is not something, it's what I've benefited from. So I'm happy you are testifying to it. But then even in all of this, it still does not take the place of fermented foods like fermented millet. Everything have its own role, because it's high in vitamin C and its own unique nutrient. It will even be shrinking you if you take it regularly. If you're somebody that wants to add a little flesh, you notice you are shrinking, which is not the desire of many. So, but the fermented millet will not cause you to be shrinking like that. In fact, it will help you to be getting some small flesh after helping to loosen your colon and allow the waste to go, and then to increase the number of good bacteria in your gut. So the moringa seed may not do that one. So that is why you need to be very, very careful with when you are dealing with all of these things. Sometimes you take one bitter food like the neem leaves is good. It can cleanse you. Sometimes you can take papaya seed. It can help. I do take papaya seed and it's very good as tea. Ground papaya seed powder, but not every day. That's the point we're making. There's no food that you take that you'll be taking it every day, as they normally write on some of the labels. So because there are some things that are not in it that you will find in the other one. And when you take it frequently, it's going to show up an ugly side, which you won't like. So when you take it 1 or 2 days, you give a break. That's what I do. Like papaya seed now, when I take a day or two, as tea, it's helped to play. So because of all of that, I don't experience all of those irregularity anymore. If I notice it sometimes, if I think the arteries are blocked, I soak some chia seeds. But I don't try to model everything together. I take some chia seed. Chia seed is also very good. Especially if it's a long-standing constipation. Chia seed is very good in it. I'm telling you. Very good. Most of these seeds are very good. That's why I say seniors should embrace more seeds, because they are dense in nutrition, even though they are low in calories. Seeds like pumpkin seed, chia seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds. We should focus our attention more on seeds. So incorporate more seeds into our diet, because they have more of the nutrients that our body is looking for, especially when we are getting to age 50. So it's going to help us to be aging graciously without all those this thing. And that's what I'm doing. I shared a video already sometime recently about the seeds that I'm taking. You must incorporate more seeds so that most of those nutrients that you're lacking, you'll be getting it. You start getting it. So that's it. So that you start getting it. You start getting the nutrients that your body is missing. Because if your body is missing out on some nutrients, sometimes you won't be able to, like things like fiber, vegetables. If you don't have enough, especially for us that are like this, it starts to feature in your daily diet. Green vegetable, leafy greens. And the best of it, you don't have to overcook them. So when you overcook them sometimes, they just go in and sit down there. And they are not all the same. No, I don't know how we can, some vegetables, some are more easily digestible. Some that you thought they were on top list before, over time you notice that they have some very stubborn strands that tend to create constipation. Something like these pumpkin leaves, like ugu, our local ugu here. We used to be top on our list, but as we age, you notice that anytime you eat it, it seems to tight the stomach. So, and if you have taken a lot of fiber, because the advice that they give is eat fiber, eat fiber, eat fiber. There are so many in this now, but eat fiber, you should take fiber. So that's taking fiber. If you take lots of it and you don't take enough water, you now have constipation again. And the fiber are of different types. You have to know the type of fiber. There are some fiber that are more easily to pass through the colon. There are some fiber that if you take, it looks like this what do they call it? This eggplant, for instance. Eggplant, if you eat a hard eggplant, it's supposed to be a vegetable or whatever, it will tie to your intestine. You'll not be able to loosen it. But if you take some fruits, I've had an orange today now before coming here. I had one cucumber this afternoon. So you can see as my midday something, cucumber, half a cucumber and one orange. I had it this afternoon before coming for life. Yes, that's my midday something. So you will notice that if you take something like this, it will be almost difficult for constipation to have grip on you. Before now, I used to really be worried about what may be causing constipation. But honestly, now I know. I can confidently tell you I know, because I'm already out of the constipation net. If you take raw foods after your water therapy and you are properly hydrated and you engage in exercise and you include occasional probiotics, fermented grains in your diet, you won't have all those type of constipation that won't even go away, no matter how much fiber you take. Because in those years of ignorance, when when I'm complaining, they say take fiber, take fiber. Some people just say like, you are not taking enough water, you're not taking enough fiber. And sometimes you take all of these things, and yet the constipation is not going nowhere if you don't have sufficient probiotics in your body. Healthy gut bacteria, that's what I call it. If you don't have it, the constipation won't go. And if you don't have sufficient protein in your diet, it won't go. Because that time they will tell me, take water, take a fiber. After taking water and fiber, I'll go and eat bread on top. I'll eat rice. I'll eat all the stuff that I love after taking all the water. So it looks like the water didn't work. It looks like the fiber didn't work. Because there are no building blocks. There are no building materials like beans. I mean, healthy proteins, complete proteins that the body can use to build before pushing out the waste. So when you don't have protein, so you just end up having that constipation. It doesn't just go away. That is it. It won't go away, my dear. So that is it. There are a lot of things that I see also people talk that can go deal with constipation. There are too many remedies out there. There are some vegetables, some things like the papaya leaves is bitter. You can drink it. It helps with constipation too. So how many? Even the stone breaker. Most of these things are, you can find most of the things in natural foods. That's what I see. But if you are consuming the natural foods, but the protein is not sufficient in your diet, you will still be having constipation. You still be having constipation. So that is it. Even the cocoa, this cocoa is also good for constipation. This cocoa, apart from coffee, cocoa is good too, if you don't take it too much. Because what I notice about some of them, like cocoa, if you are taking it regularly, over time, because it contains some ash too, it doesn't really to be working like that for you again. But like the body is already overused to it. That's why I always encourage us to be making changes to our diet, to be making dietary modification. Because if you don't make changes, that one that you are thinking is very good, after some time the body is not what the body needs. The most important thing is that you must get what the body needs at that point in time. There are some times when healthy fat is missing, you will not go to toilet. You will not, because I have had to use cold pressed olive oil on some occasions, and it worked perfectly. Sometimes you try this, it's not working. You try this one, it not work. You try this, it doesn't work. You know what? Try cold pressed olive oil on empty stomach. It will just clean everywhere. Because what your body is looking for is different at different times, at different points. So if it is not that particular thing that is missing that you are supplying, it may still hold it. Sometimes it will just like lose the balance. It looks like you have purged. When you are taking a particular thing that is good for your gut, to help you clean your gut, to help you to become more regular, sometimes it loses your balance, your gut balance, and you start like you are just going too much. You're emptying the bowel too much. And after that one, it will now, the stomach will now need time to reset again. But what is important is to be in charge of it in a way that on a daily basis, at least once or at least twice, the person will go and it continues. But if you just like something like purge and suddenly clean everywhere, then you need to build up the gut bacteria again so that your gut health will regain its balance. Sometimes in an effort to fight constipation or do some of these things, we throw the gut out of balance. He just starts moving on his own, start running. And in that case, what will you use? Use coconut oil, cold pressed. Don't forget this tip I give you now. You can put it down because it is the sure medicine when you experience a diarrhea suddenly because you are trying to tackle constipation, which we have been to. Sometimes you just notice that the stomach is moving out of control. Then you put cold pressed coconut oil and drink it a little to stop it. The saturated fat will just stop that excessive flow, give you a little energy, and then stop the parasites like the fungals that are trying to escalate it. I've had to rescue somebody in the night who was trying to deal with constipation, and suddenly notice that he's now running to the loo almost more than 6 times in a day. At least that night, he had gone like 4-5 times, getting to point of weakness. The stomach would oh, make one sound, and it's gone too. So if you are experiencing that, always have cold pressed coconut oil around you so that you just drop it. It's going to lock it up. It's very powerful. Don't joke with it. Always seen that. So that is it. I think you are okay with the questions, my submission so far. Because we'll soon be rounding it up. We're ending the live very soon. Maybe tomorrow, or next tomorrow, we schedule another one. Because we can't continue. Are we okay? Can somebody just comment? Because we're about to end it. Okay, let's end it for now. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget to subscribe and to join my membership. The membership for closer interaction. That is what I suggest we do.